Hello students, welcome to my new video. Today I am going to discuss about the most important topic in genetic engineering. Our topic is the process of recombinant DNA technology. The process of recombinant DNA technology is the backbone of genetic engineering. Let's discuss. These are the stages of recombinant DNA technology. Let's start one by one. First stage is isolation of DNA. We need to separate the DNA from the cell. So how we isolate the DNA in pure form? Using various enzymes, we isolate the DNA in pure form. First of all, we need to lysis the cell, degrade the cell wall, and remove the macromolecules which are present within the DNA. Various macromolecules are present within the DNA. First of all, we degrade the cell wall, then remove those macromolecules and found the DNA in pure form. Which enzymes are help in cell lysis? If the cell is a bacterial cell, using lysozyme enzyme to degrade the cell wall of bacteria. If the cell is fungal cell, using chitinase enzyme to degrade the chitin layer of cell wall in fungal cell. If the cell wall is plant cell, use cellulase enzyme which degrade the cell wall of plant cell. There is no need in animal cell because cell wall is totally absent in animal cell. We directly remove the macromolecules and found the DNA in pure form if the cell was animal cell. Cell lysis occur using various type of enzyme. We degrade the cell wall and finally the cell lysis. Then using various enzyme to remove the macromolecules which are present within the DNA. Just like protease enzyme remove the protein, RNase enzyme remove the RNA, lipid enzyme remove the lipase enzyme remove the lipid. Such as various macromolecules are removed by using various type of enzyme. After removal of macromolecules and cell lysis, chilled ethanol is added into the test tube, and chilled ethanol help to precipitate the DNA in the test tube. The DNA is finally precipitated in a test tube and form in the pure form. And now we isolate the DNA in pure form using various enzyme. Finally, using various enzyme, we isolate the DNA in pure form. Then our next stage is fragmentation of DNA by restriction enzyme and isolation of desired DNA fragment. That isolated DNA was long and helical in structure. So using restriction enzyme, we fragment those isolate DNA, make them fragmented using restriction enzyme, because restriction enzyme is a molecular seizure which is help to cut the isolated DNA and make them fragmented. Cut that DNA in a specific location. So DNA are fragmented. Now we need to separate those fragmented DNA and find out a specific desired DNA which is used in recombinant DNA technology. So how we separate this fragmented DNA? Using electrophoresis process, we separate the DNA fragments and find out a specific desired DNA for recombinant DNA technology. What is electrophoresis? Gel electrophoresis is a technique to separate the DNA fragment according to their size. So what is gel electrophoresis? It is a technique in which based on their size the DNA are separated, or the DNA fragment are separated based on their size. How this process occurs? A mixture of DNA molecule are from different size are that DNA fragmented are put into the well of the gel. Then electric current is applied. The gel of the well of the gel is pulled down into the total gel area like this. Then when we know the DNA is negative charge, when we applied the electric current, the DNA are moved into the positive charge, and based on their size they are separated. Longer molecule are in upper position, shorter molecule are in lower position. In this way the DNA are fragmented. So why we need this gel electrophoresis in recombinant DNA technology? Because by the help of restriction enzyme, the DNA are fragmented in different size. So we need to isolate a specific desired DNA for the recombinant DNA technology process. So we need gel electrophoresis process to separate the DNA based on their size and find out a specific DNA for the use of recombinant DNA technology. Now the next step is, after isolate the desired DNA using gel electrophoresis, we amplify that desired DNA using PCR. What is PCR? PCR is polymerase chain reaction. Using polymerase chain reaction, that desired DNA is amplified. Amplified means from a single copy of DNA formed multiple or million copies using polymerase chain reaction process. Why this process, in which process this process polymerase chain reaction occur? Using three steps. One is denaturation, another second one is annealing, third one is elongation. In using denaturation, a double stranded DNA is denatured and form two single stranded DNA. Now two primers are added in the 3' end of the two single stranded DNA. This is called annealing. After anneal the two primers, elongation occur. How elongation occur? DNA polymerase enzyme help to synthesize the DNA and synthesize the nucleotide and form another strand of DNA. Now from the single one double stranded DNA, two double stranded DNA are formed using PCR. Thermal cycler machine is used in this process. In vitro process, we multiply the DNA in a few seconds. This process is repeatedly occur: denaturation, annealing, elongation, and several number of copies of DNA are formed using PCR. Now this desired DNA have multiple copies. Why multiple copies are used in recombinant DNA technology? Because one single DNA is not enough for recombinant DNA technology. So we must have required to using multiple copies for the recombinant DNA technology process. Then after amplify that desired DNA, we need to ligate the DNA fragment into a vector. And listen, that vector DNA also fragmented and separated using restriction enzyme and gel electrophoresis process. The same restriction enzyme caught the desired DNA, and the same restriction enzyme, that particular restriction enzyme, caught the vector DNA also. By the help of restriction enzyme, both vector DNA and foreign DNA are coated and cleavage occur. Now by the help of DNA ligase enzyme, ligation occur. What is ligation? Ligation means joining. Seal the DNA and vector DNA. The source DNA and vector DNA are ligated by the help of DNA ligase enzyme is called DNA ligation. And this, by the help of DNA ligase enzyme, the vector DNA and foreign DNA formed a combined model. This model is called recombinant DNA. So this process is called recombinant DNA technology. Now this recombinant DNA is used for various purposes. We must have need to transfer these recombinant DNA into the host cell for rapid propagation and multiplication. So our next step is insertion of recombinant DNA into the host cell, means transformation. We transfer the recombinant DNA into the host cell. How we transfer the recombinant DNA into the host cell? Using various techniques, we transfer the recombinant DNA into the host cell. Those techniques are microinjection process, electroporation process, heat shock, calcium treatment process, gene gun method, etc. In microinjection process, we take the recombinant DNA into the needle and directly inject into the host cell of the nucleus and formed various number of multiple copies of transgenic cells. When we transfer the recombinant DNA into the cell, that cell is called transgenic cell. Now electroporation process, by the help of needle directly inject into the nucleus of the host cell, and finally the recombinant DNA is transferred into the host cell. How electroporation occur? Using electric volt, host cell make a pore in the cell wall, and then the recombinant DNA is transferred into that cell. Again we decrease the voltage, and that pore is sealed. And finally the DNA was transferred into the recombinant DNA was transferred into the host cell. So using electric voltage, pore occur into the host cell, then transfer the recombinant DNA, immediately transferred into the host cell, then sealed that DNA, and transformation occur. Heat shock method or calcium treatment method. Here, using calcium treatment, the cell wall make porous, and then the plasmid, the foreign DNA, is transferred into the cell easily. In this method, the cell are transferred into the host cell easily. The recombinant DNA are transferred into the host cell easily. But listen, all host cell have not capable to accept the recombinant DNA. Only competent cell have the capability to accept the recombinant DNA. What is competent cell? Competent cell is a powerful cell which have the capability to accept the foreign DNA or accept a new gene, accept a plasmid vector in their cell and replicate them immediately and replicate them easily. But non-competent cell have not that much capability to accept a foreign DNA, accept a plasmid cell easily. Here I give an example. Competent cell is like a powerful man. The strong men have that much capability to carry the heavy load, but the weak men have not that much capability to carry the heavy load easily. So competent cell have that much capability to accept the recombinant DNA. Here in the transformation process, the host cell must be a competent cell, otherwise it is not transferable. Then after transfer the recombinant DNA into the host cell, into the competent cell, then transgenic cell is formed. This transgenic cell is transferred into the culture media, and a particular suitable medium like pH, temperature, sufficient amount of oxygen are needed to culture this transgenic cell easily. After culturing this cell, the foreign product are obtained. How we obtain this foreign product? For large scale production, industrial use, bioreactor are used, and for small scale production like laboratory condition, continuous culture system is used. What is continuous culture system? When we culture the transgenic cell, from that culture we take some take some transgenic cell into a suitable media, and then again after growth of that cell again transferred into another media, again from that cell transferred into another media, and repeatedly this culture is occurred in small scale. This is called continuous culture. What is bioreactor? Bioreactor is a large scale production device which is used for rapid propagation, rapid production, a suitable medium using a agitator, a pH, temperature, pressure, sufficient amount of oxygen are fitted into this bioreactor. Then we add the culture media with transgenic cells. Then after particular time period the product are produced in this bioreactor easily. Various industrial use bioreactors are used. Then downstream process, after production the product are separated and purified. Then the finished product are used for purification and separation. Then after purification and quality checking of that product, transport to the market. So I hope you all understand this topic. You all understood this topic easily. Let's elaborate this thing shortcutly. First, isolate the DNA, then isolate the DNA using various enzyme, then cut the DNA using restriction enzyme, fragmented them, then that fragments are isolated a particular desired DNA and amplify that DNA using polymerase chain reaction process. Now the vector DNA also coated by the same restriction enzyme and electrophoresis process, separated by electrophoresis process. Then this vector DNA, desired vector, and the source DNA, target DNA was ligated using ligation process. How ligation occur? Using DNA ligase enzyme, the ligation occur and formed recombinant DNA. This recombinant DNA is now transferred into the host cell. This process is called transformation. The recombinant DNA is transferred into the host cell. The host cell is must be a competent cell, and using microinjection, gene gun method, electroporation method, calcium ion treatment method, transformation occur and transfer the recombinant DNA is transferred into the competent cell easily. Then this cell is called, because of carry the recombinant DNA, this cell is called transgenic cell. This transgenic cell is now cloning, culture them in a suitable pH and temperature. Then that culture is used for in large scale production, bioreactor is used in this culture medium, and for small scale production continuous culture is used. Then after production of this product, purified them and separate them. This process is called downstream process. Then go for the marketing, transport to this product into the market. The new terminology of this process is, few new words of this process is electrophoresis, which is help to separate the DNA easily. PCR, polymerase chain reaction, which is help to amplify the DNA, and a few copies of DNA are multiplied and formed millions of DNA from a single copy or few copies. Then DNA polymerase enzyme. DNA polymerase enzyme is helped to synthesize the nucleotides and formed a single standard DNA of the single daughter standard DNA. Competent cell is the powerful cell which have the capability to accept the recombinant DNA easily. Then microinjection process. Microinjection is a technique in which transformation occur. The new DNA, the recombinant DNA, the foreign DNA was loaded into the needle and directly inject into the cell of the nucleus. Then electroporation process. By the help of electric voltage, this is also a transformation process. By the help of electric voltage, the recombinant DNA is transferred into the host cell easily. Transgenic cells. Those cells carry the new DNA or carry the foreign DNA. That modified cells are called transgenic cells. Then bioreactor. Bioreactor is used for large scale production. Various a particular pH, temperature, suitable medium, pressure, sufficient amount of oxygen and agitator are present in this bioreactor, and using these all suitable medium, the culture of the product are produced in a few times and easily produced in a few times. So these are the new words in recombinant DNA technology process. So students, my upcoming video is I explain about the application of biotechnology which is helpful to human welfare. The most common example of this application of biotechnology is insulin. Insulin is the best and common widespread application of recombinant DNA technology. What we learn? We learn how to produce a large scale of insulin in pharmaceutical industries. A human insulin is produced in pharmaceutical industry using recombinant DNA technology. How this process helpful to production of insulin. Next video we all discuss about these things. Hope you all understood these things, this process, total process easily. So thank you students, thank you for watching my video. If you have any doubt or any query, please comment below so that I will come up with the solution for you. Happy learning and keep learning.